Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of aiming to create deep connections, no matter how short they are. There's this mentality I've noticed that a lot of people have when it comes to dating and relationships, where if somebody creates a deep connection with someone else, but it's short-lived, a lot of people kind of become sad or fall into a minor depression over it because we get tripped up on this mentality of needing everything or wanting everything to turn out to be long term. So if we create a deep connection with someone else, we immediately want to hold on to them and keep them for the rest of our lives. But that mentality isn't helpful, especially when it comes to deep connections, because deep connections are rare. I mean, if you've dated around a lot, then you probably know this. Like, you don't create deep connections with just anyone. They are very rare. And I should specify, when I'm talking about deep connections here, I am not talking about lust or even love, because you can be in love with someone where you don't deeply connect with them. So what I mean is, deep connections are basically where you and the other person are able to connect on such a deep level where it's almost like you're able to understand each other. Like, there's no judgment between you and you're both free to be your complete 100% authentic selves with each other. That is a special thing. That's where you can start being philosophical with each other, opening up about your deepest insecurities or fears, or basically just where you deeply connect. Hence the word. But it's a very rare thing. I mean, I can count on one hand how many times I've encountered that with women in my own life. So knowing how rare it is, and knowing that the vast majority of relationships, or even the vast majority of people we go on dates with, they're not going to become anything long term, why do we feel this need to turn every deep connection into something long? Instead, I believe we should just be grateful for them, every opportunity that we get with them, and just cherish them and look back on the memories with fondness. Because if it truly is a deep connection, I doubt it's going to end in a way where you're hurt over them, like betraying you or losing your trust. It's probably going to be something more related to logistics or something, or maybe it just fizzles out. But they're not going to be doing anything really hurtful to you. So usually with a deep connection, the sadness or depression we feel after it ends is because of our own expectations, our own desire to make it be long term, to go the distance. But really, they're so freaking rare that I believe we should just be grateful for having had the chance. I mean, I'm the kind of person where I would love the idea of going on a vacation in another country, even for only a week, and deeply connecting with a woman while I'm there, and then having to come back home and knowing that there's no future with her because we live in different places. And I'm not the type of person to do long-term or long distance, should I say, a long distance relationship, because I'm too touchy-feely and have too high of a drive. So it just wouldn't work. It would not work. I'd see pictures of her and be like, I want to hold you, but you're over there. This sucks. Couldn't do it. But I would rather go on a week-long vacation somewhere else and deeply connect with a woman and create a beautiful experience with her. And then at the end of the week, tell her, hey, this was amazing, but I have to go back home now. And maybe still keep in touch with her. But that, to me, sounds amazing. Much better than dating like 10 different women in a year and not deeply connecting with any of them, but maybe one of them becomes something more long-term or lasts a few months. To me, I'd rather have that one deep connection with that woman in the different country for a week than connect with the 10 other women, because that one deep connection holds so much more meaning and beauty behind it than the 10 other dates or relationships would. Or at least that's the way I think. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you understand what I'm driving at here. Hopefully you can see why I believe we should shift the way that we view these deep connections, because they're truly special. I mean, they're incredible, and you never know how many more of them you'll get. So just cherish every single one. Look back on it and be grateful that you got to experience that beauty with someone else. Don't look back on it with sadness that it didn't become something long term. It doesn't need to. And the vast majority of dates that we go on or relationships we have are not going to last long term. So just know that and aim to create deep connections with other people, and never be afraid of getting hurt over them, because they're so freaking beautiful that I would go through like having hundreds if not thousands of week-long deep connections with other women than just to have one long-term relationship for my entire life with a woman that I didn't connect deeply with. That wouldn't be nearly as fulfilling to me as creating all those different deep connections, even if they didn't last long, because that would be so much beauty. I'd be able to experience so many deep connections with others that I would much rather take that route. But I understand if not everyone agrees with me, because I am probably a bit better able to handle the pain of loss and whatnot, but I don't know. I hope you can understand what I'm driving at here. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. So if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, like the video if you want to help me out, and let me know your thoughts on this one. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this topic. But otherwise, guys, remember, we're all on this journey together. So the most important thing is that you just keep going, keep moving forward, and keep aiming to create deep connections with others. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!